Imagine climbing Mount Everest in flip-flops. Not feasible, right? Feasible, a word that rings with possibility. Derived from the Latin facere, meaning to do. It refers to what's practical, workable, like building a sandcastle with wet sand, not dry. That's feasible. Or baking a cake with flour and eggs, not feathers and pebbles. That's feasible too. But remember, what's feasible isn't always what's easy. It's not feasible to become a world-class athlete overnight. But with dedication and hard work over time, absolutely feasible. So next time you're faced with a challenge, ask yourself, is it like climbing Everest in flip-flops? Or is it like baking a cake with the right ingredients? In other words, is it feasible? Picture this, a crown heavy with gems and responsibility, but someone decides to set it down. They've chosen to abdicate, a verb with roots in Latin, meaning to disown or renounce. Yes, you heard it right. To abdicate is to willingly relinquish power, position, or responsibility. Synonyms include turn down and spurn. On the flip side, accept is its antonym. Here's a real-world example to bring it home. The government was accused of abdicating its responsibility. Quite a powerful statement, right? So the next time you see a leader stepping down or someone refusing a hefty task, remember the word abdicate. It's not just about giving up. It's about making a choice. See you in the next word journey.
Imagine this, a perilous journey, fraught with danger at every turn. A word that rings with the thrill of adventure, perilous, is our focus today. Derived from the Latin word periculum, meaning danger, it's synonymous with hazardous, risky, and treacherous. You might find it used in sentences like, "We embarked on a perilous trek across the Himalayas." But don't fret, it's not all doom and gloom. Every perilous journey comes with the promise of triumph for those brave enough to face it. So next time you lace up your boots for a challenge, remember, it's the perilous paths that often lead to the most breathtaking views. Until the next word journey, stay curious, stay adventurous. Picture a ridge, sharply defined against the backdrop of an evening sky. Its silhouette is stark, severe in appearance, a crisp edge cutting through the calm. It's a sight that captures the essence of starkness, a term often misunderstood. Stark is not just about severity, it's about sharpness, crispness. It's the bold contrast between the ridge and the sky, the defined edges that leave no room for vagueness. It's the antithesis of fuzzy and unclear. It's the embodiment of clarity and precision. So the next time you see something stark, remember it's not just severe, it's sharply defined, it's crisp. It's the clarity that cuts through the chaos. In a word, it's stark. Catch the pulse of the game, where decisions are made and victories are claimed. Welcome to the world of executive sports strategies, where the play isn't just on the field, but behind the scenes, in the boardrooms, and in the strategic minds of directors. Picture a chessboard, each piece a player, every move a calculated risk. Now, amplify that by 100. That's the landscape of executive sports. It's where the king and queen are the decision-making powerhouses, the knights and bishops, the directorial tacticians. But remember, even the mightiest can fall. For in this game, there's no room for subordinates. Each player must step up, take the lead, make the call. So immerse yourself in the riveting world of executive sports strategies, where every decision can mean triumph or defeat. Until next time, keep strategizing, keep casting a glance at a dilapidated building. One might see only ruin. But what if we could breathe new life into it, restoring its former glory? To restore or sudhana is to repair, fix, mend. It's the art of taking what's neglected and making it whole again. Imagine that old building now vibrant and alive, its walls echoing with stories, its corridors bustling. This is the power of restoration, a testament to resilience and renewal. So next time you see something broken, remember, it's just a restoration project waiting to happen. Embrace the possibility of sudhana, because in repair there is hope. Imagine walking into a room filled with newspapers scattered all over the floor. That's exactly what we mean when we say strew. Originating from the Old English word struian, this verb paints a picture of dispersion, a spreading out in different directions. It's a synonym for spread and disperse, and its antonym, that's gather. Much like how you'd gather fallen leaves into a pile, or how birds gather twigs for their nests. So the next time you see something scattered, whether it's confetti after a party or petals down a wedding aisle, remember the word strew. It's amazing how one word can encapsulate such a vivid visual, isn't it? ever wondered about the term judicial? Derived from the Latin word judicium, meaning judgment, it refers to anything related to courts of law or judges. The judicial system, for instance, is the body of courts that interprets and applies the law in the name of the state. Judicial decisions are those made by judges and can set precedents for future cases. Synonyms for judicial include judiciary and juridical. Conversely, its antonyms include illegal or unlawful. A judicial inquiry is an investigation conducted by a judge or a group of judges. So next time you hear judicial, you'll know exactly what it means. Keep learning, keep growing.
Cold and harsh, yet a reality for many, penury is the word of the day. Penury, a noun hailing from the Latin word penuria, meaning need or poverty. It signifies extreme poverty, a state where basic necessities become luxuries. Synonyms: think impoverishment, think indigence. Contrast this with its antonyms: wealth, affluence, prosperity. A stark difference, isn't it? Let's illustrate with a story. Once, a man lived in penury, struggling to meet ends. He then discovered his passion for art and with relentless effort rose from penury to ease. He even won the heart of a painter's beautiful daughter. Penury, a term that encapsulates the bitter struggle of life, yet also symbolizes the potential for change and betterment. Remember, penury is not a life sentence, but a temporary state. Keep learning, keep growing.
Imagine a walk that's not quite a walk. It's more of a shuffle, a stagger, a clumsy plod. That, my friends, is to shamble. Picture a weary traveler, feet dragging, body swaying slightly as they trudge along a dusty road. That's shambling. Synonyms: think lumber, totter. Words that evoke images of slow, awkward movement. But wait, what's the opposite of shambling? It's a brisk, smooth action. It's to run. The swift, coordinated motion of legs and arms, propelling one forward with speed and grace. So the next time you see someone moving in a less than graceful manner, remember the word shamble. And if you see someone darting by, remember, they're doing the very antithesis of shambling. They're running. Who knew the English language could be so fun and so incredibly descriptive?
Ever wondered about the word afloat? Let's unravel its meaning. Afloat, an adjective, signifies something that is on water and not sinking. It's also used metaphorically to mean surviving or managing, especially in difficult situations. Synonyms for afloat? They're plentiful. Buoyant, drifting, and floating are a few. Now, what about the antonyms? Grounded, sunk, or submerged fit the bill perfectly. Now, how about a sentence to illustrate its usage? Here goes. Despite the challenging market conditions, the new startup remained afloat thanks to its innovative solutions. Remember, afloat, it's not just about sailing, it's about surviving and thriving. Now you're afloat in the sea of vocabulary. Until next time, keep those minds buoyant.
Cold open. Imagine being in a situation where you want to express a claim or an assertion without concrete proof. The perfect word for that is allege. Originating from the Latin word allegare, it's used when you assert or declare something as a fact without providing evidence. Picture this, you're at a social gathering and your friend seems to have misplaced his wallet. He then alleges that he had left it at the snack table. He's not absolutely certain, but he's asserting it as a possible fact. Or think about a more serious context, like a courtroom. A lawyer may allege that a defendant committed a crime, even though they still need to prove it. So the next time you want to make an uncertain assertion, remember the word allege. It's the perfect term for making an unproven declaration. But be careful, as its antonym is deny, which is what someone might do when they hear your allegation. Expand your vocabulary, one word at a time. Stay tuned for more. Imagine a world where joy is the currency, where every moment is a celebration. This is the essence of the verb revel. Often used to express the act of making merry or partying, it's a word that encapsulates the spirit of jubilation and mirth. Picture a night spent in laughter and dance, surrounded by friends and loved ones. That, dear listeners, is the epitome of reveling. But remember, like all things, it has its opposite. The antonym of revel is mourn, a word that signifies sadness and grief. So, in the grand theater of life, will you choose to revel in the highs or mourn the lows? The choice, as always, is yours. Crisp and clear, here we go. Collision, a word with impact, literally. Originating from the Latin collidere, it means the act of coming together with force or clashing. It's not solely reserved for physical encounters, it can also describe conflicting ideas or interests. Bumping, crashing, smashing, or slam-banging, yes, those are some of its synonyms. But what about its opposites? Let's flip the script to harmony, agreement, accord, or concordance. Quite a difference, isn't it? Now let's put collision to work. Picture this. The collision of the two Titanic teams on the football field was a spectacle to behold. There you have it. Collision. More than just a smash. It's a dynamic word for dynamic situations. Loop back anytime for more word wonders. Unlock the power of words with our bite-sized vocabulary shorts.